Good evening and welcome to Kittredge Field, home of the Colorado Buffaloes men's lacrosse. We got a good one here today as the Buffaloes take on the number 2 ranked Northeastern Huskies. My name is Paxton Haynes, bringing you the game along with Kieran Warger. And Kieran, big one coming up here. 4-0 Northwestern Huskies coming to Boulder.
Oh, yeah, this is a big one to say the least, Paxton. I mean, these guys, obviously they come from Boston, Massachusetts. I mean, one of the best lacrosse areas in the country. That's like the entire Northeast, as I've pretty much been saying all day if y'all were watching the women's broadcast earlier. But Buffalo's coming in here. They're 1-1 right now. Only 2 games played so far this season. So, obviously, the Huskies have a leg up on us so far. But this is going to be a thriller here. And I know you weren't here last year, Paxton, but we had that thriller win for Colorado, that upset over number 3, I believe, Virginia Tech, or maybe it was number 4. I'm not too sure on that. But nonetheless, that was a crazy upset, and we also pulled off one against Boise State last year. So, I mean, this team is perfectly capable of pulling off upsets left and right, so we'll see what they can do here today.
Absolutely, should be a big one. As we'll take a look at the standings now. Over in the RMCL.
Yeah, it's it's an interesting one here to say the least. Obviously, BYU, they're obviously 5-0 in conference play so far, or excuse me, overall record so far this season as conference play has not yet started. Utah, the Utes, they are 3-1, and currently looking all the way down at the bottom, we have the Colorado Buffaloes at just 1-1. Then again, they've only played 2 games so far this season, so they're in 6th place out of 6 teams. So, with a win today, this will bring them up potentially to a number 3 or number 4 spot in the rankings so far. So we will see what happens here, and it's going to be exciting to say the least.
Yeah, still a young season here for the Buffaloes, and they'll get a test early here with Northeastern. It's a beautiful day out here in Boulder, Colorado. 60 degrees, just couldn't ask for a better day. And let's take it over to Leo Rivera. He's got a report on today's weather.
Thanks, guys. I'm Leo Rivera here to give you our weather report for today's lacrosse action. Looking up first at opening faceoff, it's an expected 42 degrees Fahrenheit. Gonna be sunny, and that's expected to remain. If you look at our halftime expectancy, which is 3:45 p.m. roughly, we're only getting warmer at 44 degrees right as the sun's reaching its peak in the sky before it starts descending, but towards full time here at the end. 48 degrees, sunny. It's going to be gorgeous weather. Make sure you guys are staying the entire time to soak in that sun. As you can see, no expected precipitation either. Going to be gorgeous afternoon. Thank you all for tuning in for the weather report.
Thanks, Leo. We got about a little under 13 minutes left on the clock here before opening draw, and we'll get underway here. Buffalo's home opener up against the Huskies here on SBS.
Yeah, it's a big one to say the least, and obviously once that clock hits 0, this team will start going. There is no hesitation. So, folks, make sure you don't go anywhere. You're watching Scobuff Sports. First quarter coming up after this.
Welcome back. Just a little over 2 minutes to go here until the opening draw between the Colorado Buffaloes and the second-ranked Northeastern Huskies. I'm Paxton Hayes with Kieran Ward. We're bringing you this game today on SBS. And Kieran, you can feel the atmosphere. A lot of fans around us packing out these bleachers here at Kittredge Field. Should be a good one.
Yeah, there's a lot of tension here. I mean, obviously, Buff fans, they're crowding the stands because they want to see a great game here, and they want to see their Buffs pull off another upset, which was last year was upset city throughout the entire season. And I'm sure this year we're in for a great matchup as well with the number 2 Huskies coming in here from Boston. So, but crowd hasn't gotten too into it yet, but I'm sure we'll hear them get loud shortly for sure.
Absolutely. The women couldn't get it done earlier today. I believe that final score was 18-7 against Utah. We'll be hoping for a different result here today for the men as the Northeastern Huskies take their place at center field. We'll also do the same. Final cheer for them, and we'll get going here in Boulder.
Buffs will retreat to their bench as their starting squad comes out here. 45 seconds until opening draw as the officiating crew convenes.
Good look there at the number 2 Huskies. Staying in middle field. "25 seconds on the clock there in the scoreboard to the south end.
Here come the Buffs.
Two teams will face each other. These teams very vocal during warm-ups. You can tell both of them want this so bad. They understand both these teams are really good squads, very capable of beating each other.
Oh yeah. If I were Northeastern, I would be terrified right now knowing what these boys at CU can do.
Absolutely. Think back to last year.
They were a force to be reckoned with. And this year, it's no exception.
As we get started here in Boulder, Huskies in black, Buffaloes in white. Northeastern and Colorado facing off. Taking the draw for the Buffs, Mike Kulagowski. Opening draw, and we are underway. Opening face-off won by the Buffs. Kulagowski coming in hot. He's slashed at. Ball comes out of his hand. Northeastern picks it up. Northeastern, good pass down. Come up the left side. Down below the net now. Northeastern starting the game with an offensive possession here. They'll throw it down to the corner. Hacked at a bit by Beckler. Thrown back up top. Running into the zone now. Got past the defender, but the pass isn't there in time. Ball goes out of bounds, and it'll be Buffalo's ball. Comes the side. Dish to the middle. It's Chesson. Chesson lost the ball in midfield. Flag is thrown. And we get our first call of the game. Looks like it's on Northeastern.
Crowd not pleased by that one. Neither is their bench. But this is a very fast game so far.
So we'll get a man up. We'll get a man up early here for the Buffaloes. They'll start it off. Looks like it'll be Craig Naum starting with the ball.
Let's go, 3-5.
Get things back underway. Here come the Buffaloes. They'll throw it all the way down below the net now. Throw it back up to Shuri. Toss it over. Buffalo, some crisp passing here to start. Cullen will swap positions, throw it back down. Buffalo some momentum. Getting it working early here in this man-up opportunity. Back down towards the goal line, throw it back up top. Northeastern gets their man back. Shot on net. I believe, off the side of the net, and it'll go all the way out. Buffs will hang with it. So early opportunity there on the man up for the Buffaloes. They got an opportunity, but couldn't find the back of the net. As a question mark opportunity, and he misses the net. That's Craig Naum there with the shot. He's had the ball out here in the early minutes. Buffalo sticking with it. Below the net now. Ashman lost the ball. He picks it back up. Thrown back up top. Another missed pass. Buffalo's retreat. Come out of the box. Back to midfield. Threw it back over. Shuri. Shuri walking in. He'll cut left. Toss the ball over. Pass isn't there. And Northeastern will take over. First turnover by the Buffaloes. As here come the Huskies, coming up quick up the right side. Down towards that far sideline. Back below the net. Coming up top, it's Thompson. He'll throw it over. Back up, comes out of the box. Come up the right side, he'll toss it over to the sideline again. Not a shot on net yet here from the Huskies. They put one on there, but it's wide. Looks like the Huskies will maintain possession. They were closest to the ball when it came out. Back below the net now. Hacked at by the Buffaloes, and they come away with it. Great play there to make sure they couldn't get a shot on. Coming away with it now. CU coming up towards midfield. Coming up the right side now are the Buffaloes. Toss it over, that pass is too high. Race for the ball. 2-on-2 there, fight for it. And coming away with it, still loose. And the Buffaloes will scoop it up. Knocked out again. And it'll stay here. Northeastern fans don't like it, but still Buffalo's possession. Back up top now, Sherbert. He'll throw up to Keller. Keller to Naum. Naum up the left side. Hanging with the ball. Weighing his options. He'll run all the way below the net. Fake to cut. Now come up. You need to take a shot. Score! The Buffs strike first. Craig Naum with the question mark.
What a beauty there. Buffs are obviously on the board first, and Northeastern will retreat to their bench. That's what you love to see. Looks like a timeout was called.
All Buffaloes there to start.
That was a beauty. Wrapped that one around and snuck it right past Northeastern. That's the start that we love to see. Unfortunately, we didn't get that earlier in the day with our women's team, but by all means, we will take this one.
Gulagowski taking the draw again for the Buffaloes. Up in the air, picked up by the Buffs. They'll take it in midfield. It's Spar. Excuse me, that's Kunkel. Kunkel up the right side. Bothered by a Northeastern defender. He stays strong, keeps with that ball. Thrown over here to the close sideline. Back up top. Buffs will get some fresh bodies out. Thrown over now to Shuri. Shuri tosses it down. Hanging with the ball now is Jackson Thomas. He'll toss it back up top. Coming down the left side now. Thrown below the net. Hanging there. He'll cradle around. Trying to find someone. He does back up top. Coming down the left side now. Try to put a shot on him, but he got knocked out. Absorbing the contact. Back up top. Buffs will start it over again, coming out of the box. Shuri coming up. Couldn't get past the Northeastern defender. And he'll dish it down. To the left side now. It's Jackson Thomas. Running out of time on the shot clocks are the Buffs. And an errant pass falls into the hands of Northeastern. Thrown all the way up. That pass is high, but it's corralled. Luke Lange coming up, he'll toss it down. And Northeastern will start things up. Down, he'll run all the way below the net. And throw it back up for Lange. Throw it up to the point. Northeastern taking their time again in the offensive zone. Still hanging outside of that box. Back to midfield. They'll start to get things going. Another pass back up top. Trying to spin around a defender. Good defense there by the Buffaloes. Northeastern. Shot on net. And he rips it home.
That was a rocket there. It's looking right past.
No doubt. That's Winton Bastion. He starts the scoring for the Huskies, and it is 1-1 here with 9.5 minutes to go in this first quarter. So both teams trading possessions and both teams scoring early goals here.
Yeah, David Baker was just, there's not much you can do when you see a guy coming from your left side, takes that shot right past him. Holy cow.
Face off back in midfield, won by the Buffaloes, clean win. Surveying his options, spins around a defender. Buffs with fresh legs out there now. Okay, now is Weston Keller. Keller will slow things down. Toss it over to his teammate. As running down the left side, now it's Keller. He'll hold things up. Weighing his options again. Makes a cut to the right, lost the ball though, picked it back up. Weston Keller still with the ball now. And they'll ditch it back up top for Nam. Craig Nam coming down the right side, cross-checked, and they're going to call it. Craig Nam hanging with the ball. Buffaloes will get another man-up opportunity. Still have a possession here to finish. Shot on net, save made, and touched up by the Huskies. So second penalty upcoming for Northeastern, and they'll be a man down once again.
That was the most egregious call I think we've seen so far today. Obviously, the physicality here is just, it's rampant, man. I mean, both these teams, they know what's at stake here. I mean, this Northeastern team comes into Boulder. They're trying to maintain their number 2 spot. And I mean, but the Buffs got things done early, and they're going to get another chance here on this man up.
So down to the left side of the net are the Buffaloes. They'll start things up. Toss it down below to Shuri. Back up top. Buffaloes now. Tossing it around that Northeastern defense. Looking for a cut maybe. They'll get a little bit of movement going. That's down below the net now. Looking for a man, and it's intercepted by Northeastern. They've got some speed and some numbers coming up the right side. Crossfield pass, found him. And Northeastern now establishing possession. Bring it back up. Slow things down, as that'll do it for the man-up opportunity for the Buffaloes. Coming down now below the net, put a shot on net, and it is a save made. Buffaloes now coming back the other way. Ashman with the ball. Hanging with it to the sideline, waiting for some new Buffs on the field. Then we get things going again. Coming up with the one-hand cradle. Throw it back up. Buffaloes slow things down again. Ben Shuri hanging out there by the Buffaloes word mark to the sideline. Looking for someone. He found him. Body in front. Couldn't get a shot on. He was looking for it. Hacked at by the Northeastern defender. Put a shot on net. And he scores. Northeastern not happy about that one. A couple defenders slamming their stick in the ground. Bit of a softie, if you will. Got past Sam Bellamy.
What a beauty there. It just looked like it was about to be saved, and it just slips right under his legs, man. I mean, that's not the way you want to go down here, but nonetheless, we have a 2-1 lead in favor of Colorado.
So solid start here for the Buffaloes. They're not letting Northeastern get any consecutive goals here to start the game, and they're finding plenty of offensive opportunities of their own. Taking the draw again, Kulagowski for the Buffs. Tied up, down, and Kulagowski will come away with it. He'll pick it up himself and throw it all the way down. Buffaloes will get things started.
Face-off wins 4-0 in favor of Colorado so far.
That's been a big part of this early success for them. As coming up through the middle now are the Buffaloes, continuing to spend a lot of time there in the offensive zone. But Northeastern will come away. Instructing his team to throw things down, as they do. Northeastern starting things up. Looking for some guys. They'll just kind of hang out there in the middle third. Pass back down. They'll enter the zone. Thrown down below the net. Couldn't find someone, now he does. Cutting across. Northeastern will take a step back again. Now they enter again, shot on net. It's high. I believe a stick got in the way. And that ball will come all the way out into the street behind us and over to the bike rack about 500 feet away.
Yeah, if you're parked over there in that lot, then you got to be wary of the crossballs hitting it. It's not fun to deal with.
Open net momentarily. The Huskies might have had an opportunity, but they didn't put a shot on, and the Buffaloes come away with the ball. Coming up now, had a step with Sheena, but he couldn't connect on that pass. Another stoppage. Buffaloes will maintain possession. It'll be Cy Sherbert. Starting things up, he'll dish it down. Weston Keller looking for someone. He'll throw it over to Craig Naum. Craig Naum will hang with it. Tried to spin around the defender, lost his footing for a second. He's held up. No call there. Thrown over back with it is Keller now. Keller will toss it to Sherbert. Sherbert now put a shot on net. Rips it home. The Buffaloes score again. It's Jacob Roos. And it's 3-1 Buffaloes here with about 4.5 minutes to go in this first quarter. Buffaloes, early lead. That's what they need here in this game if they want to win this one.
What a beauty there. And I got to point this out, too. Craig Naum, great stick handling on that last play. I mean, he was able to set up an assist for his teammates and get that goal. That was absolutely incredible.
Another great play from the Buffs. That offense has been dealing so far. Face-off, backing and coming away with it again is Kulagowski. He's been surgical on that face-off. He'll weave around some defenders, gets free. Had a lane, but the refs blow the play dead. The teams will reconvene with their respective benches. That is 3-1 Buffaloes with 4 minutes and 11 seconds to go here at Kittredge Field.
Yeah, if I were Northeastern here, I'd be getting nervous, and that's why they called that timeout there. They got to make sure their guys are all on the same page here, and just make sure that they can stay on top and maintain that number 2 spot. I mean, you go down 3-1, and it could also be the altitude starting to hit them. Because that's the biggest advantage. The team is coming from sea level all the way up here to Boulder, Colorado at 5,300 feet. it's going to get to you. And for those who are not from here and haven't had the opportunity to come up here yet, you got to be careful.
Absolutely, it'll get you. So 2 goals, still a very manageable lead for the Huskies, but certainly the Buffaloes have come out and punched them in the mouth here a little bit as the number 2 Huskies down early, but still plenty of time. Not even done with the first quarter yet. Buffaloes will stay with possession, I believe, when we come out of the break, as the timeout is finishing up.
Yeah, Paxton, we got to talk about this as well. I mean, obviously, CU has won just about all the face-offs so far, so that's been a key to their goal scoring here and their tremendous offense. So, I mean, if you're Northeastern, you got to make sure when you get into the circle, you got to put your best guys in there, because this Buffs team is lethal at center field.
Yeah,
midfield rather.
Mike Kulagowski there. I believe it's 5-0 on the face-off to start the game here, and that's been a big part of what's been this early lead for the Buffs, not allowing Northeastern to get any possessions after a goal scored. Buffalo's just staying with the ball here. It's stayed here on the Northeastern side of midfield for a while now. As we start back up, middle of the net now is Ashman. Ashman left it down, thrown back over to Roos. Ball is loose, still loose, hanging down on the ground. Still loose, no one's picked it up yet. Swiped at by both teams. Still on the ground, there you go, it's picked up by Northeastern. Kind of the right side now with a head of steam. He'll throw it over. Toss it down to the left side. Bradley Peterson, he'll throw it down below the net. Huskies with an offensive possession here. They haven't had one in a few minutes. They'll slow things down again. Entering the zone now. Shot on net, blocked in front. Huskies stay with it. They picked up that rebound. And another shot, and he scores. Great pass in front. He found Bradley Peterson, the junior, and he ripped it home. So the Huskies get one back, 3-2 now. Got to stay on the gas pedal if you're the Buffaloes. You don't want Northeastern to take a lead at all, as you really don't want them to get going here. You feel like if you give the Huskies any momentum, they might just run away. So Kulagowski now, another big face-off, won it again. Throwing all the way down to his goaltender. And the Buffs will get things started again. Crossfield pass connects. Coming up the right side now is Carpenter. Carpenter a pass to no one. Picked up by the Huskies. Huskies with a little bit of speed. Pass, shot, and it goes off the helmet and out of play. Wow.
That was close.
David Baker there, making the save with his helmet. Sometimes that's all you need. Threw a stick in the air, didn't connect with the stick. Instead it connects with his cranium and goes out of play. Northeastern will stay with it.
Yeah, Northeastern is still trying to identify Baker's weaknesses on that play. It's really just out in front or out to the right side. But you get a bunch of guys in front of him and you could really just sneak a goal past them. That's how you're going to win if you're this Huskies team.
Northeastern finding a little something if there's going to be a penalty there on the Buffaloes. So the first man-up opportunity will be coming up for the Huskies as that pass was out of reach and it'll come out of play. So guilty for the penalty are the Buffs. There'll be a man down here. a great chance for Northeastern to tie this thing up.
Take advantage, Black.
Starting with the ball. Looks like that'll be Peterson. Man up for the Huskies. Need a stand here from the Buffs. Big moment here in this early game. Down below the net now. Tried to find someone in front, couldn't get there. And it'll be a shot on net, and they score. So the Huskies make do with their man-up opportunity. Christopher Wilk scoring the goal for the Huskies. And this game is tied 3-3.
The Buffs got off to a hot start there. They can't let that momentum seep away. Obviously, you got 1:45 to go here in the first quarter. The game is still young, still a lot of lacrosse to be played. You cannot let that get to your head.
Absolutely. Kuligowski, another big face-off here. Want to spend some time there in that right third if you're the Buffaloes.
Get in there.
They will win another face-off. As slipping is Trevor Kunkel, but he hangs with it. Now that pass is high. Picked up still by the Buffs as he is decked, Kuligowski is. Big hit there. A lot of Buffs on the ground right now. Still they have the ball. As there's a pass up now for Shuri. Shuri finds him, shot, scores! Man, what a pass from Ben Shuri. He finds Connor Ashman, and the Buffs take the lead right back, 4-3.
What a beauty there. That was the best communication we'd seen all day. Obviously, like, these guys are definitely talking to each other there on their bench. They've got a game plan going, but that was beautiful.
Yeah, the communication has been great so far from the Buffaloes as they immediately respond to Northeastern's tying goal with one of their own. Big one there. We come back to midfield. Coming away with it is Kuligowski. He'll just swipe his arm and come away with it himself. Buffaloes looking to get things going again. Would be huge to take a two-goal lead again. Shuri threw it down. With the ball now coming up the left side. A shot on net, and they score. A quick 2 goals from the Buffaloes as Alec Umutan scoring. A shot from the left side gets past. And the Buffaloes are up now 5-3 here late in the first quarter.
What a beauty, man. I mean, we looked like they lost the Buffs lost their momentum there for a little bit, but they've certainly redeemed themselves in the final minute, or the final 2 minutes or so of this first quarter. They have a two-point lead.
Yeah, a couple of quick strikes from the Buffs. That's what they needed. As Kuligowski will remain undefeated with the face-offs. Bother now the Buffs, another offensive possession. It'll go to Weston Keller. Weston Keller will slow things down. Establish possession. Coming with the right side now, makes a cut to the left, thrown down, shot, score! Another great pass leads to a wide open shot, and they capitalize once again. Jackson Thomas scoring for the Buffaloes, getting the feed from Weston Keller, and 3 quick goals from the Buffaloes. Late in this first quarter, it is 6-3 Colorado.
What a beauty there. 15.6 to go. I mean, if you're Northeastern, I mean, obviously they're not calling a timeout here. They've got the end of the quarter coming up, but you gotta tell your guys. You gotta, first off, be your best guys in the face-off circle. But that's what's ultimately defeating their defense. Is the Buffs constantly winning their face-offs and applying that pressure. Cannot allow that. Here's another one.
Winning the face-off again is Kuligowski, but a ground ball is scooped up by the Buffaloes. It'll find its way to the ground again. Unable to pick up the jeep was Northeastern. It'll come all the way across midfield, but that'll do it for the first quarter. The Buffs bench loves it. Northeastern punched in the mouth to start this game, 6-3 Buffaloes, as they look to upset the number 2 Northeastern Huskies. A good start thus far. We'll take a quick breather.
Enjoy some scenes from this week's live show when we come while we're out.
What's up, Buff fans? My name is Jada Shore.
And I'm Mia Driscoll.
We are so happy to have you here with us on this beautiful 65-degree day in Boulder.
We've got a packed show coming up for you as we talk senior night and postseason stakes for the women's basketball team, a look back at this season's accomplishments for men's and women's hockey, and kick off the start of our outdoor sports seasons.
Let's get it started. You will never believe what happened. Men's basketball team got their second conference win against Baylor last Saturday. Colorado held off a late comeback against the Bears to get the dub. Here's our own Liam Howard with the recap of the game.
I'm Liam Howard with Buff Sports, and I'm coming to you from the CU Event Center, where the Buffaloes just picked up their second win in conference play, defeating the Baylor Bears by a score of 76-74.
Are they? Sorry, they kind of
Scoring was incredible for the Buffaloes in this game, as three-point shooting was at a premium, but Andre Yakimovsky was able to hit 5 of his own to lead his team to the win. Scoring was at a premium as a whole for the Bears, as they were held below 40% shooting on the night, and despite a late surge that saw them come within 2 points in the final 4 seconds, they missed their last second shot to try and tie up the game. So the Buffaloes' next game will be right back here at the CU Event Center on Monday, and it's the Kansas Jayhawks. We will see you all there.
Following the Baylor thriller, men's hoops welcomed in the Kansas Jayhawks on Monday night. Here's Liam Howard in the CU Event Center following the game.
I'm Liam Howard with Buff Sports, and I'm here at the CU Event Center, where the Buffaloes just fell in a thrilling game to the Kansas Jayhawks by a score of 71-64 in the first half.
Great stuff from our live show. Tune in Fridays to see that. As we are back with you for the second quarter here, 6-3 Buffaloes. Mike Kulagowski undefeated on faceoffs in the first quarter. He'll look to continue that, and he does just that, wins it again. That has been huge for the Buffaloes in this early going. With the ball now, Trevor Kunkel. He'll toss it down. Craig Nam throwing it back up to Kunkel. Toss it over to Weston Keller. Keller with some speed coming in. Found him. Shot. And the low shot. A nice save made there by Bellamy. Ball goes out of play, and it'll go into the hands of the Huskies. Big save there by Sam Bellamy to keep it only a 3-goal game, as a stick is snapped in half. I don't see that very often. With the ball now below the net, it's Peterson. Toss it back up. Northeastern slows things down again. Speeding it back up now. Toss down to the right side. Trying to cut around Keller. He'll dish it below the net. Back to Peterson. Peterson coming up, looking for a question mark. Maybe not there. High pass, but a nice catch. Down below the net, cut. Had a lane for a second. Didn't rip it. Northeastern definitely taking their time, waiting for the shot to come up. Maybe you could say they're getting a little too cute, as that pass is too high for Peterson. And the Buffaloes turn it, or the Huskies turn it over, excuse me. Buffaloes take over. So no shots on net in that offensive possession for the Huskies. And if you're their coach, you might think that you might want to change a plan here and start trying to, rip some shots. Deep pass, too high. And Northeastern will take over. That pass from the goalie, David Baker, out of reach for Craig Nam. Starting with it again, the Huskies, Griffin Holbrook. Threw it down to Chris O'Connell. O'Connell down towards the goal line.
I think he doesn't want to. He wants to eat up some time. Yeah.
Back up now to the box. With the ball now coming up, he's cross-checked. Nothing there. Coming up in front of the net. Save made by David Baker as a flag is thrown, 2 of them. And it looks like they'll call the Buffs for a penalty there. That shot went into the stick of David Baker, but the Buffs guilty for a penalty, so there'll be a man down. I believe that's Connor Chesson guilty. Buffaloes will talk things over in front of their own net as they approach this man down situation. Twelve and a half minutes to go in the first half. Still 6-3 Buffaloes. Sun's starting to set a little bit behind us. Those shadows getting long. Northeastern starting things up with their man down situation. Down below the net now. Threw it back up towards the top. They'll continue to dance around the Buffaloes defense. Shot on net. Grabbed by Baker. Baker will make a deep pass, and it goes right to Northeastern. Northeastern with another chance here. With the ball now, the Huskies gain another opportunity. Continuing to pass around the Buffs defense. Back up top, taking their time. Find a shot, and he scores. Threw it right over Baker's head.
Filthy.
Northeastern was taking their time, but then quickly they throw one on net. Winton Bastion, his second of the night. And they cut this lead to 2. 6-4 now, Colorado. So a couple of errant passes there from the Buffaloes twice that David Baker tried to make a long field all the way or a long pass all the way down the field, but couldn't connect. And both times Northeastern comes back the other way and scores. So not really what you want to see. Kulagowski still clinical on those face-offs. So toss down to Baker. Baker will throw it over. Getting things started now with the Buffaloes. That high pass, absorbing the contact, but lost the ball. And the loose ball will end up into the hands of Northeastern after the whistle blows. Coming up with it now, Thomas Bobear. Throwing it down to Peterson. Peterson down below the net now. Toss it back up. Northeastern continuing to assess the defense before making any cuts or passes in front, as Peterson now tried to cut in front of the net, but he was stopped. Again, that Buffalo's defense standing tall, not letting anything get through them. Back up now for Northeastern. Coming all the way down to the right side. Didn't get a shot off as he's sent to the ground. Pass in front. Shot. Score. Peterson again. Peterson's been great for the Huskies as they score a couple consecutive. It's now 6-5. Colorado still leads, but they are struggling to hold on to the ball right now, as Northeastern has had, I believe that's 4 possessions now.
The tables have turned
Here we go,
for
Brady.
this Buffaloes team. They're going to try to get back into this as quick as they can.
Stay next to him. He's going to pass it back to this guy, Brady.
Kulagowski now to take another face-off. Loose ball, picked up, he wins it. Buffalo's now starting things up. Getting around some defenders is Ashman. Ashman dumped it over. With the ball now is Umutan. Bothered by a Northeastern defender, will push him back. And he'll fake a pass. Now he'll make the pass. But there's a penalty. It's going to be on Northeastern. Not sure what it was. But the Buffalo's got another man-up opportunity. Below the net now, slowing things down. It's Ben Shuri. Shuri getting around a defender. Look for a pass in front. Instead, he'll dish it up towards the top of the box. And that pass is over the net by Connor Ashman.
Momentum's coming back for the Buffaloes. It's been kind of a whirlwind so far, but you can't lose that. I mean, you've got 9.5 to go here in the second quarter, and you've already allowed 2 goals since then. 2 very quick ones.
Really, it's all about the face-offs right now, as at this point you can pretty much count on Kuligowski to win it. He hasn't lost one yet, and that's how the Buffaloes have been able to get their possessions, is off of those face-offs. A couple times when they didn't make anything of the face-offs and instead were making, long passes, that's when Northeastern was coming back the other way and scoring. So nice to see the Buffaloes find themselves again. Shot on net, and he scores. Man, that was a quick one. I almost didn't see it, but Jacob Roos, his second of the night. Quick shot from the side of the net, gets past Bellamy, and the Buffaloes take a 2-goal lead once again, 7-5.
Mike Kulikowski to attempt another face-off, and that's the name of the games for the Buffaloes. You win that face-off, apply that offensive pressure. It's game over.
Won again by Kuligowski. Unbelievable at this point that he's been able to win all these. Shot! And a save there by Bellamy. A nice one with the stick. Coming up now are the Huskies. And
Brady, here we go. Way to go, buddy.
a push there by Trevor Kunkel will be a violation, and Northeastern will start things up. Up to the top of the box. With the ball now is Jack Niebeim. He'll toss it back over. Coming down the right side now, he holds up. Cradling with one hand, throw it all the way over. And trying to get a shot on, but it goes wide of the net. Good defense there by Connor Chesson. Not allowing for a good shooting opportunity, and he put it wide. Northeastern still with it now. Below the net. Looking for a question mark. Maybe he'll shoot the shot, but a save made by Baker. Picked up, that Jeeves picked up by Northeastern. As Northeastern starting things back up. And there, yeah, they're going to call him for the slash there. But he scores. Wow. So Christopher Wilk, his second of the night. The penalty was called on the slash, but he'll just run in and score quickly himself. So now it is 1 goal. Again, Northeastern starting to creep back into this game, 7-6.
Still going to go up on the man up here as well.
Another big face-off here for Mike Kuligowski. Still undefeated.
Chris, if they have a wingman, stay with them. It's a flip to the wingman.
So the man down is Trevor Kunkel, who's normally to Kuligowski's left on the face-off.
Go ball, Chris.
Doesn't matter for Kulagowski. He'll just take it himself. Hacked at, but he gets away. Free for a moment. Swim around a couple defenders. Lost the ball. Loose. Swiping at Kulagowski. He can't come away with it. Northeastern does. As that ball blown dead, it's going to go the Buffaloes' way. And the Northeastern faithful here are not happy at all with that one. Neither are the players. Craig Nam now coming up the right side for the Buffaloes. He'll enter the zone. He'll go below the goal. Slow things down as the offense and defense will set back up. Tosses up to Ashman. Ashman throws it to Umutan. Hanging with the ball now. Waiting for Northeastern to substitute. As here comes Weston Keller. Weston Keller fakes the pass. Now throw to Umutan. Trying to get around a defender. He falls to his knees. Staying with it. But it's blown dead, and it will go in the direction of the Huskies. Great defensive possession there by Northeastern. With the ball now, shedding some defenders. That was Mark Sauerland, but the pass is high. And they turn it over. Starting with the ball now, Trevor Kunkel. Play's blown dead. Looks like we've got a timeout. A little bit of confusion as to what's going on right now. Not quite sure. Maybe an injury. Connor Ashman's tying his shoe. Not quite sure what that was blown dead for, but we'll get things started back up. Looks like the Huskies will take the ball.
Yeah, it looks like someone was tying their shoe there.
I believe it'll be Winton Bastion starting. No, excuse me, it's still Buffalo's ball. It's Weston Keller taking it. He'll start things up. He'll run all the way down below the net. Bothered there by the Husky defender. Swim around him, got a little space. Toss it up. He'll swing it all the way around. Nam now with the ball. Craig Nam to the left. Looking for a shot, can't find it. He'll circle all the way below. Cutting, trying to find a chance in front. I believe the ball went in the net, but he was in the crease, so no goal there. And the Huskies will come away with it. With the ball now are the Huskies. Starting things up. They'll throw it across the field. Here comes Ryan McCarthy up the left side. He'll dish it below the net. Peterson. Couldn't get a question mark there. He'll just toss it back up. With the ball now coming towards the center of the field. We'll throw it back down to McCarthy. McCarthy spinning around a defender. Back down below the net. Looking for an opportunity there was Bastion. Couldn't find anything. We'll throw it back up top. Rolling around a defender. Still with the ball now. Rolling around another defender. Shot. And he scores. Man, what a play. That's Christopher Wilk, his third of the night. Makes a spin move around two defenders and rips it home, and this game is tied.
It's the scariest situation the Buffs have been in all day. I mean, obviously you risk giving up your lead late in the quarter. About 4.5 to go. But I mean,
The
can't let
Huskies,
that get to you.
the Huskies certainly on the gas pedal here as we get towards the latter half of the second quarter. Kulagowski, he might, no, he still comes away with the ball. Nothing can stop Mike Kulagowski on the face-offs. As he'll come with some steam. Throw it down, opportunity here, and that didn't go in. It didn't. It went off the crossbar and the post, but didn't hit Twine.
What a great opportunity for Colorado to capitalize. The tides have turned here in this game. I mean, it's turned into much more of a defensive contest between both these teams. Haven't seen a whole lot of scoring in the last 5 minutes.
Man, some tough luck there that ball didn't find the net. Buffalo still with the ball. Coming down towards the right side, heading towards that goal line. There will be a penalty on the Huskies that they shoot, and they score. It's Ben Shurry. He gets the feed and rips it home. Buffs take the lead back.
What a beauty there. I mean, you get that penalty called, and you're going to go on a man up here. But retake the lead. And that's the Buffalo's game. That's the way they love. That's their style. I mean, you got to keep applying that offensive pressure. Their defense. I mean, they've had their moments, but you can't solely rely on them. And when their offense finally gets in that zone, especially with Kulagowski at the helm,
Chris, stay with 2-9, right?
look out if you're Northeastern.
So Ben Shirey with another goal. He's been great so far. As taking the draw, it's PJ Wu. They switch things up to the Huskies. Still Kulagowski wins it. David Baker now with the ball. He'll dish it down. Thrown across the line now with the ball is Benjamin Beckler. Beckler with a little bit of space. Shot, scores! Benjamin Beckler, the defenseman. He found Jackson Thomas, and Thomas put it home. 2 quick goals for the Buffaloes, and they are back up 9-7. The Buffs bench loves it.
Timeout call by Northeastern as they look to get back into this game.
Yeah, a couple of quick strikes there for the Buffs. Now what you want to see. A little dejected are the Huskies there in their huddle. Coach got to calm them down and remind them they are, after all, the number 2 team in the country. Buffalo's a lot of energy on that sideline. They're feeling it right now as we get towards the about 3.5 minutes to go in the first half.
Three and a half to go here in the first half. And Buffs are starting to get their way again, for sure.
Really a game of swings here, Kieran. You're getting a lot of moments of consecutive goals, coming the other way. Not a lot of back and forth necessarily. Because, one team will have their moment where they have, a lot of time in the offensive zone, and, getting a lot of shots on net, making a lot of scores. And then they'll, and then it'll be the defense who, they're the ones having to make the big stops like that for both teams now, just getting their moments in this game.
Yeah, you gotta stay in this. Here come the Huskies breaking their huddle. They'll go back to midfield. Kulagowski will attempt another one.
Kulagowski, really an understatement to say that he's been good or even great in the face-off circle. He hasn't lost one yet today, and it's been a huge part for the Buffalo success here in this first half.
Tom, lock on him. He's the flip.
As that face-off is blown dead.
Northwestern very pleased with that as Kuligowski is going to head to the bench.
Buffs with the ball, though. They'll start things up. Craig Nam on that far sideline. He'll toss it over to Cy Sherbert. Over to Keller. Weston Keller now getting around a defender, looking for someone. Nothing there. He'll hang with the ball. Still trying to get around his defender. He'll just toss it down below the net. Throw him back over there, circle it around. Cy Sherbert making some moves. He'll toss it over to Beckler. Or excuse me, that's Keller still. Keller inviting the contact. Fake the shot a little bit. Still with the ball. He'll toss it over to Sherbert. Sherbert coming in now. Trying to get around his defender. Shot wide of the net. Sherbert found Roos in front alone. Point blank, but couldn't find it. Still with the ball now are the Buffs. Below the net. Ball hit the ground, but picked up again by Sherbert. Sherbert dancing around. He'll throw it to Keller. Keller will throw it to Nam. Nam coming up the left side. He'll put a shot on net. Save made by Belleman. And it'll come all the way out of play. It'll hang with the Buffs. A lot of hands going to the heads of the Northeastern players on that bench. Weren't too happy with the Buffs staying with the ball. Still, it's Weston Keller. He'll toss it up to Sherbert. Sherbert will throw it to Nam. Nam getting around a defender. A little bit of room there. Instead, he'll circle below the net. Nam still with the ball. Nam trying to find something. He'll put a shot on and a save by Belleman. That ball come out of play. Buffs hang with it. They're the closest to it. Still with it are the Buffaloes. A lot of time here. Jackson Thomas threw it to Sherbert. Cy Sherbert coming in. Threw it to Nam below the net. Nam tried to find Keller in front, but a Northeastern stick was there. Ball still loose. Picked up by Keller. Now knocked out, and a good defensive possession there by Northeastern. They'll come away with the ball. Pass didn't connect for a second. Now they pick it back up. Belleman will start things up for the Huskies.
Get open, Brady.
Belleman threw it over. That's Christopher Lenahan. He got knocked to the ground, and now opportunity for the Buffalo. Shot well wide of the net. As Connor Ashman put so much force into that shot, he fell to the ground, but unfortunately not on net. Stoppage in play. Looks like we got a timeout called, I believe, by the Buffaloes. 1 minute and 12 seconds to go here in this action-packed first half. The Buffaloes lead at 9-7 over the number 2 ranked Northeastern Huskies. Been a solid first half. I mean, obviously they're up 2 goals, Kieran, and I mean, really just, kind of finding their way are both of these teams, kind of figuring each other out a little bit. And, I mean, Buffalo's still standing tall, finding ways to score. And just, I don't know else to say. I mean, just been a real solid first half for them.
Yeah, I mean, when you go into halftime, you got to make sure that your guys don't lose their momentum going into the third quarter, because this Northeastern team, they haven't had a ton of time to convene and just talk about a really good strategy. But when you go into halftime, that's really when you start to lock in. So you may be up right now, but you cannot let that get to your head, because that could go away at any second.
Absolutely. So, a little over a minute to go. It'll be Buffalo's ball down there in the offensive zone. They'll start it below the Northeastern net. Both teams taking their time to get to where they are. We'll start things back up here momentarily. Below the net now, starting with the ball, is Jacob Roos. He has a couple goals tonight. He'll throw up to Shirey. Thrown over to Umatian. Back up top. Buffalo's less than a minute to go here. Dancing around with Shirey. He'll throw it down, shot. Tried to skip it, but it's saved by Bellaman. And it'll go in the direction of the Huskies.
45 seconds for Northeastern to make something happen. That was a long shot.
Yeah, that pass was errant.
Over to the corner.
That was in his stick. Okay, that's 3 bad calls, ref. Greener up.
And with the ball right now is Benjamin Beckler after the controversial call. Perhaps a ball on line moment there that goes right back into the hands of Northeastern. Ball's popped up in the air, still on the ground, but there's a penalty on the Buffaloes. So in the last 23 seconds here this first half, there'll be a man up for Northeastern as the Buffs are guilty. So a big moment here for Northeastern here as they have a man up looking to close out this half.
They may not be able to tie this game, but at least narrow the gap down to 1. Just over 23 seconds.
It'll be Winton Bastion starting things up. Here we go, 23 seconds left in this half. Huskies are a man up. They'll circle it around. Found a player inside. But an errant pass leads to the ball going out of play. Not sure who's going to get the ball out of this break, but both teams will head to their benches. I think we have a timeout called. 9 seconds, 9.3 to be exact, in this first half. As Northeastern, they found a guy in front. It was Patty Judge who had a chance there, but made another pass that was out of reach.
And with 9 seconds left, we'll get another timeout here. As the Huskies will try to come up with a strategy to narrow this gap. They've had every opportunity. Buffs defense is starting to figure them out, figure out their playing style. Obviously, when you come into a big game like this, you want to make sure that you do your homework. If you're the opposing team, you want to make sure you know what you're coming into. Because, I mean, you've got a number 2 seed at stake, and you got a Buffs team here who's trying to pull off an upset, get back into the rankings.
CU, of course, no stranger to making huge upsets early in the season, as we talked about in the pregame show, upsetting number 1 Virginia Tech last year. That was honestly the biggest moment of the season for the Buffaloes. So 9 seconds to go. It'll be Craig Nam with the ball for the Buffs. Not sure if they can put another on the board here in less than 10 seconds, but they can run this thing out and end this half up 2. That'll do it. 1 half of play done here at Kittredge Field in Boulder. The Colorado Buffaloes up 9-7 on the number 2 ranked Northeastern Huskies. And Kieran, I mean, if you told me that the Buffs would be up 9-7 after 1 half of play, I mean, I'd be ecstatic, right?
Yeah, this is absolutely incredible what the Buffs have done as we head into our 10-minute timeout here, or halftime here. But, I mean, they've proven time and time again that they can keep their momentum going, and they've read these guys like a book, and they can, once you win a face-off, look out because those Buffaloes are coming down your throat. So, but I mean, when their defense has certainly stepped up their game since the first quarter. I mean, we saw a bunch of goals scored by Northeastern back to back, and then obviously they figured it out since then. So, I think going into the second half, you just got to keep that momentum going. Make sure you're winning those face-offs because you can't give up this lead when this much is at stake, really.
Absolutely. So the Buffaloes came out. They punched Northeastern in the mouth, went up 3-1 early, and then after a couple of the teams trade goals, it got to 7-7 late in the second quarter, and then 2 consecutive goals from the Buffs to finish out the half. A real solid half from the Buffaloes. They have been the better team, though both teams are very, very close. You can tell that the talent on both squads is very good. And we got about 8.5 minutes until we start things back up for the third quarter. Kieran, anything else before we take a break?
I think we've said everything. I mean, we'll see you guys shortly and enjoy some more scenes from this week's live show. Don't go anywhere. You're watching Sco Buff Sports.
Buffs were keeping the game very close. Bangad Dak was leading the way offensively, and that continued into the second half. Several incredible dunks from him, but a 32-point game from Hunter Dickinson was just too much for the Buffs to overcome as they fell by just 7 points. So their next game will be on the road at Kansas State this Sunday. It'll be at 2 p.m. Mountain Time. You can find that game on ESPN+.
It's time to introduce a brand new segment on the show, Quote of the Week. This week, we're looking at Colorado men's basketball head coach Tad Boyle, who had this to say about guarding Kansas Jayhawk Hunter Dickinson. It's safe to say this is one of our favorite quotes from the men's basketball team of all time.
Big 12 action heats up this Sunday as Kansas State hosts Colorado in a crucial late-season showdown. The Wildcats look to bounce back after a tough 80-76 loss to UCF, while the Buffaloes aim for a key road win. Expect a battle with conference standings on the line. Tip-off is set for 2 p.m. this Sunday. Catch it live on ESPN+.
After Kansas State, the Buffs will take another trip. The Texas Tech Red Raiders will host the Buffs in a midweek bout. Colorado looks to make another major upset, while Texas Tech is looking to finish their season out strong. Tip-off is set for 6 p.m. Sunday.
Hello, Buff fans, and welcome back to this week's Buff Banner. I'm Xavier McNevitz, and today we'll be talking about the CU Buffs women's basketball seniors as they played their final game at the CU Event Center. First, we'll talk about Frida Foreman, the sharpshooter from Denmark. She's been a key figure in CU's recent NCAA tournament success as she has established herself as one of the program's most reliable scorers. Known for her clutch performances, including a 5 3-pointer game in the 2023 tournament against Middle Tennessee, Foreman holds the program record for made 3-point field goals with 300. Now, Kendall Wetta, the Colorado native. Kendall Wetta has been instrumental in CU's rise back to national prominence, winning both Defensive Player of the Year and the Iron Buff Award this season. Wetta's impact has been evident since her freshman year when she earned Pac-12 All-Freshman and All-Defensive honors. Her relentless defense and leadership have helped build CU into a top-tier program. Now let's go into our transfer buffs with Naomi Urdu. After transferring from Iowa State, Naomi Urdu brought much-needed size and athleticism to CU. Standing tall at 6'1", Urdu's ability to stretch the floor and defend multiple positions made her an invaluable asset. A member of the first South Sudan women's national team, her international experience has added to the depth and diversity of the Buffs roster. Next is Lior Garzon. Lior Garzon arrived in Boulder with an impressive resume, having played at Villanova and Oklahoma State before joining CU. A natural scorer, Garzon averaged over 10 points per game, proving her ability to impact the game from anywhere on the court. Her senior season at CU has been a testament to her ability and scoring prowess. Next, let's go to the Buffs' leading rebounder in Sarah Rose Smith. After transferring from Missouri, Sarah Rose quickly became an integral part of CU's success. Though listed as a guard, her rebounding prowess earned her the Lisa Van Gore Rebounding Award this season for the Buffs. Averaging 6.1 rebounds a game, her leadership and experience have been critical in guiding the Buffs team filled with new faces. Lastly, Johanna Tadar from Estonia brought energy and efficiency to CU after spending 5 years at Washington State. A quick and tenacious guard, Tadar's ability to provide an offensive spark and defensive pressure off the bench has been invaluable. Her passion for the game and ability to rise to the occasion have not gone unnoticed by fans and teammates alike. That's it for this week's Buff Banner. I'm Xavier McNevitz. Back to you guys at the desk.
Buffs women basketball took on number 24 ranked Oklahoma State last Saturday. Colorado came out strong against the Cowgirls, dominating in the paint early and jumping to a 6-point lead. However, turnovers proved costly, allowing Oklahoma State to take on 1-point lead after the first. The Cowgirls' defense tightened up in the second, forcing 7 Colorado turnovers to put CU in a 14-point hole at halftime. Despite a strong third quarter for the Buffs, the Cowgirls never let them get any closer than an 8-point deficit. A dominant fourth quarter sealed the deal for the Cowgirls as Colorado fell 82-65.
After the tough loss, the Buffs returned home for their senior night against Arizona State. The Buffs dominated all game, getting a 35-point dub, with their largest lead being 45. Let's go to Brittany Garcia with the recap of the game.
Hey Buff fans, it's me, Brittany Garcia, here after a huge 35 blowout win as the Buffs defeat the Sun Devils 89-54. This game throughout was Buffs' game, as scoring-wise, the Buffs dominated. They went 50% from 3 and 69% in field goal range. Lior Garzon closed out on her senior night on a bam, as she scored 17 points. Tonight wasn't just a beautiful dub for the Buffs, but it was also a teary one. As you see behind me, senior night is wrapping up, and as we close out 6 seniors' home career here tonight, such as Sarah Rose Smith, Kendall Wetta, Johanna Tedor, Lior Garzon, Namor Dew, and Frida Foreman. With the home season coming to a close, the Buffs will be traveling for their last regular season game to Lubbock, Texas, to face Texas Tech this Saturday at 1 p.m. And that game will be on ESPN+. Again, I'm Brittany Garcia, and you're watching Go Buff Sports.
What might be the most important game of the season for the Buffs is their last. The Buffs finished their season on the road against Texas Tech as sitting at a tiebreaker for the 8th seed in the Big 12 tournament. If the Buffs win against the Lady Raiders, they clinch a bye in the first round of the tourney. In their last matchup, the Buffs destroyed Texas Tech with a 16-point dub at home. However, the Buffs have to travel to Lubbock and have struggled on the road all season.
Colorado needs a win or an Arizona loss on Saturday to secure the number 8 seed in next week's Big 12 tournament, thereby giving the Buffs a bye in Kansas City. A loss and Wildcats win would seed CU 9th, leading to a matchup on Wednesday at 12:30 against the last-seeded Houston Cougars to open the tournament. The Buffs would play at 12:30 on Thursday if they manage a bye, facing the winner of Arizona and Houston. We're heading out to KC to provide coverage on all these games, so make sure to stay tuned in to all SBS social platforms for all the live updates.
Right now, the Buffs have a few upset wins, notably against 14-ranked West Virginia and 10-ranked Kansas State. However, their home loss to number 19 Baylor hurts them in contention for the March Madness tournament. Their road struggles have proved costly as they only have won 2 conference games away from the CU Event Center. With their win against Arizona State, it puts their net ranking at 57. The Buffs would still need to win a couple of games in the Big 12 tourney to ensure their March Madness bid.
It's time for this week's trivia question. Today we ask, who do you think has made more three-pointers this season? CU alum Derek White of the Boston Celtics or the entire men's basketball team? Stay tuned for the answer later in the show.
Colorado women's lacrosse fell 0-3 last Friday.
Welcome back to Kittredge Field in Boulder, Colorado, home of Colorado Buffaloes men's lacrosse. It is 9-7. The Buffaloes are up on the number 2 Northeastern Huskies. Been a great half for the Buffs as they will look to continue things here into the second half and see if they can pull off this upset in the home opener. 1 second and 0 seconds show on the scoreboard to the south end. Here we go, Buffs and Huskies. Third quarter coming your way on SBS. And here come the Buffaloes. Big half for them, looking to continue that and win this game. Long pass. Couldn't get tipped by the Northeastern defender. Instead, it falls into the hands of Sam Carpenter, but he lost it. Picked up by Roos. Roos will cycle down. He cuts back up. He'll toss it over to Chesson. Chesson will throw it to Craig Nam. Craig Nam will slow things down. Throw it to Weston Keller. Weston Keller will roll it along the ground to his teammate Sherbert. Sherbert and Jackson Thomas play catch. Back to Keller. Keller trying to get around a defender. Now pass to Nam is above him, and it'll go out of play. It'll be Northeastern ball. So a first possession here from the Buffaloes. Comes up with nothing. And Northeastern will start things back up. Bellarmine, the goaltender, starting with the ball. He had some big saves there at the end of the second half to keep this game in check for Northeastern. As up top with the ball now, Chris O'Connell, he'll dish it down. Shot on net. And that ball hit a car behind us. Hopefully hopefully no one's standing here. Northeastern still with it. Peterson started it up. Down now, tried to find something. Wasn't there. Back up top, some room. And that shot is well wide.
The Buffs are all over this offense here for Northeastern.
Yes.
They've really woken up this half.
Suffocating to start this half. Northeastern still with it now, as coming up, another pass in front of the net, and again wide to the right. Still Northeastern ball. That was Christopher Wilk. He has 3 goals tonight. Who missed that shot to the right. Northeastern still with it now. Buff standing tall. Trying to get around a defender. He can't do it. He'll dish it down to Wilk again. Christopher Wilk with some room. A shot. Didn't get on net. Just fell to his feet, actually. Northeastern, another opportunity. That pass can't connect with Wilk. He'll pick it up off the ground. The big body closing in, coming around to the left side. Shot, save made by David Baker. And closer to the ball was the Husky attacker. They stay with it, still with the ball now here in this offensive possession. As the Northeastern bench counts down the shot clock. That shot is batted aside. And a shot clock violation. Great defensive stand from the Buffaloes. The Huskies had a lot of chances, put some shots on net. As that ball will come right towards us in the broadcast booth. It'll be Buffalo's ball. Landon Laughlin taking it. He'll toss it over. Trevor Kunkel now coming up. He's bothered by that long stick. He'll throw with a one-handed pass. Found Umutian. Down the right side now. He'll cycle below the net. Tried to cut up, lost his footing for a second. Now finds Roos in front. Shot along the ground is scooped up by Bellamy. Bellamy again with the ball now. He'll throw it down. The Huskies come up, cross midfield. With some steam now are the Huskies. Trying to find Peterson. Trying to cycle around, still with the ball. Put a shot on from his knees. As a flag is thrown, it'll be on the Buffs. As Peterson draws it, he came in, got around 2 defenders, fell to his knees, put a shot on. Becker was there to make the save. But now the Buffaloes will be a man down, so another opportunity here. A lot of time spent in the defensive area. Have the Buffaloes to start this half. 11 minutes to go in the third quarter. Starting with the ball again. The Northeastern star, Bradley Peterson. Down below the net now. They'll throw it around. Almost a shot from the point. Held up. Back down. Peterson. Looks like they'll circle it around again. Trying to find something. Instead, that ball hits the ground. Picked up by the Buffaloes. A quick dish, but it's on the ground now at midfield. And coming with it are the Buffaloes. Put on the ground again. Scooped up by the Huskies. Some more bodies colliding. And Huskies come away with it. Another opportunity upcoming for the Huskies. They spent a lot of time. Shot on net is high and will fall into the ditch over there by Kittredge Field. Still with it now. Peterson throwing it back on top. The Huskies threw it over the net again. They will stay with the ball. A lot of time here, a lot of chances, a lot of good chances from the Huskies, but nothing has found it yet. Feels like only a matter of time. Buffaloes really need to break this up.
This is the longest we've seen the Buffs hold Northeastern on a man-up advantage. Done a tremendous job so far.
Sticking with it. Buffs are bending but not breaking. Northeastern still with possession. Making a spin move, cutting towards the middle. Back down below the net, but an errant pass will go out of play. And that will do it for that offensive possession for the Huskies. The Buffaloes stand tall. And it is still 9-7. With the ball now, Jack Ryan. Jack Ryan making a pass, but couldn't get there. Instead, it hits the ground. Swiping at it was Ryan. Instead, the play will be blown dead, and it'll go into the direction of the Huskies. With the ball now for Northeastern, Thomas Bobear. He'll throw it up. Huskies will get some new guys out there, and they'll begin things as they enter the zone. Shot on net, and he rips it home. Wow.
Lead is narrowed to 1.
Winton Bastion, I believe it's his 4th of the night. And he puts it top shelf. So now 9-8 Buffaloes. The Buffs haven't, that's the first goal by anyone in this third quarter. Still up one of the Buffs. Long time there without a score from either team. So now we'll head back out to center field, where the face-off expert, Mike Kulagowski, will take it. He's up against PJ Wu. Ball is loose. Blown dead as a couple of Buffaloes topple over each other. And the Buffaloes will get the ball. Running up the right side now. Connor Chesson still with it, curling with one hand. He has some room. He'll put a shot on net. And a save made by Bellamy. Connor Chesson almost just did it all himself, but Bellamy was there. Long pass gets over the stick of Chesson. Lost the ball momentarily, picked it back up. Being hacked at a lot there by Jack Ryan. Still with it. The Huskies with another offensive possession, looking to tie this game. That ball gets loose in front, and it is not picked up by the Buffaloes. And now done so by Jack Ryan. Jack Ryan will throw it down to Beckler. Benjamin Beckler with 2 guys on him. Gets around, throw to the ball to the ground. It's loose. Ground ball picked up by the Huskies. A lot of Huskies momentum. They spent a lot of time with the ball here in the third quarter. Buffalo's really got to find a way to break this up and spend some time there in that offensive zone. With the ball now for the Huskies, Christopher Wilk. Wilk will throw it over. Hacked at a lot, grabbed, and they'll call a flag on that. Trevor Kunkel not too happy with the call, even though that was a textbook hold. So, big moment here as the Buffs will go a man down. The Huskies, they've been pressing all third quarter, looking to equalize this game, and they might have their opportunity right now.
It looks like they're competing in their bench right now, coming up with strategy here.
This man-up unit for the Huskies been solid this game.
Oh, definitely. Buffs are starting to adjust though on that last man up. They did their defense really stepped up and was able to clear that zone.
Dan DeLouse starting things. He'll throw it over to Wilk. Looking around, faking a couple of defenders down to Peterson. Peterson coming up. He'll throw it over. Back down to the Bastion. Bastion up top. Throw it to Wilk. Wilk down to DeLouse. DeLouse back up to Wilk. Looking for their shot are the Huskies. But a stick got in front of a pass there. Ground ball scooped up by the Huskies. Bastion throws it to Wilk again. Huskies stay with it now on this man up. Bothered there by Connor Chesson. Wilk gets around him. Shot, save made with the stick by David Baker. That's a big one. David Baker been outstanding for the Buffaloes. Made some very timely saves. That's a big one there on that man up. As an errant pass, ball's back into the hands of the Huskies. Buffaloes really need to find a way to set things up. Spend some time with the ball. Right now they're not spending any time. They're just letting the Huskies keep pressing them. And again, it just feels like a matter of time before one of them gets through. DeLouse with the ball. DeLouse will hang around. Looking to set things up. As Wilk will run off the field for the Huskies. He'll roll it over to Bastion. Bastion throws it over. Thrown back to Bastion. Cutting left. Cycling around. Maybe a shot from the goal line. And I believe it went off the foot of David Baker. Still with it now are the Huskies. Buffs continuing to let that ball hang around. But they're bending, not breaking. That shot's high. Still Huskies ball. And the and the Huskies score. They tie this game up. Patty Judge got in front of the net, and he threw it home.
Yeah, Buffs defense really just left them wide open on that play. Just allowed him to sink it right past.
Yeah, it happened quick. I was looking at my call sheet. So, I mean, 2 consecutive goals now for the Huskies to start this second half. Buffalo's kind of out of answers right now. Not really where you want to be as the number 2 team in the nation. You do not want to let them get going. Buffaloes have to find a way here to put one in. As Kulagowski coming with another face-off, he'll slow things up. Dish it down to Jack Ryan. Ryan back to Kulagowski, but the pass to no one falls into the hands of the Northeastern Huskies. So Northeastern with the ball once again. Here they come up the left side. It's Mark Sauerland. He'll dish it down and retreat as the attackman will begin things again. Peterson down by the Big 12 logo. Back to Peterson. Thrown back up top. With the ball now for the Huskies, Luke Lange. Threw it over to the right side now. Got around a defender. Tried to put one in maybe from the GLE, but not there. Instead, he'll look. Found a man shot, but went into the butt of Jack Ryan. Good stop there. Northeastern still with the ball. Thrown over to Bastian. Bastian throws it down. Back up top again. Luke Lange. He'll throw it over. Shot clock running out for the Huskies. They got to find something here. Jack Ryan just bullying Lange, and he got called for it. Jack Ryan was all over Luke Lange, hacking at him and bear hugging him, and they got him for it. So another man-up opportunity for the Huskies. Really not where you want to be right now for the Buffaloes, as you do not want to let the Huskies take this lead. Scoring 3 unanswered would be bad.
You can feel the tension rising here at this Kit Field. Buff fans obviously on the other side of the field from us, but you just feel that tension rising. It's not feel good.
Big moment here for both teams. Huskies looking to take their first lead of the game, and the Buffaloes looking to maintain that 9-9 tie with 2.5 minutes to go here in the third quarter. Man up are the Huskies. As Patty Judge with the ball to start it. Patty Judge to his right. Throws it down below the net. Dancing around a defender. Found some space initially, then threw it to Wilk. Wilk throws it down below the net now. Patty Judge again. Back over, Christopher Wilk. Throws it down to Peterson. Peterson is dangerous. Here he comes, but he lost the ball. Great work there by the Buffaloes to get it free. To Blake Bateman. Bateman. He throws it to Trevor Kunkel. Kunkel gets around a defender. Slowing things up a little bit. Wait for some guys. There's Craig Nam. Craig Nam, he's been great tonight. Almost put a shot on net, held back. Throws it over to Weston Keller. Keller shuffling around. He'll head down below the net, changing directions, putting a body on him. Throw it back up top. Sherbert faking the shot. Over to Craig Nam. Nam, down below the net, shot, save made by Bellamy. Big save there by Bellamy for the Huskies, keeping this game tied. 1 minute to go in the third quarter. Here come the Huskies the other way. They slow things up to get some numbers. Peterson Down in the corner. Back up top for the Huskies. Waiting. Here they go. The Huskies. Down the head to the corner. 30 seconds to go in the third quarter. Down by the GLE. Looking for a shot, not there. He'll throw it back up. That pass is low, but picked up. Sent to the ground was a Buffalo defender. Now below the net. Here comes Bastian. Bastian rolling around with the one-hand cradle. Running out of time are the Huskies. They got to put a shot on net. They do. Wide. Hit the side of the net. And that is going to do it for this third quarter of play. The Huskies score 2, and that is the only action we got as this game is tied. Colorado 9, Northeastern 9 after 3 quarters of play. Kieran, nerve-wracking a little bit. You got the Buffaloes hanging tight with the number 2 team in the nation. But right now this game is tied. Not where you wanted to end things after they were up after the second quarter. How do you assess things? You got to stay vigilant here. I mean, obviously not a single point on the board for Colorado here in this second half. I mean, you've still got 15 minutes of play yet, or to go, rather. You cannot let that go to your head. You don't have all day. They had a chance there for a second, coming back the other way, but other than that, it's been all Huskies. As we get things going here, we're going right at it with this fourth quarter of play. Patty Judge with the ball to start for the Huskies. Oh no, they're playing 1 second. And there you go. Now this is the real end of the third quarter. As that ball went out of bounds with a second left on the clock, instead of opting to just push it to the fourth. Patty Judge just threw that ball to no one to end the third. So, after 3 quarters of play here in Kittredge Field, Buffaloes 9, Huskies 9. We got the fourth quarter coming your way as the sun's going down. It's a tight one here in Boulder. We'll see you then.
Evening, suffering a major stumble on the road against Northwestern Wildcats. The number 3 team in the nation made light work of the Buffaloes, scoring 15 of the game's first 16 points and winning 20-5. The goaltender Elena O made her first start in black and gold, but the freshman by no means was awarded a welcome, benched midway through the third quarter. Lily Assini was the only Buff who scored more than once with 2 goals, while Northwestern's Madison Taylor led the thrashing with 6 goals.
The women's lacrosse team is back in action tonight at 6 p.m. when they welcome Army to town for the first home game of the season. The game will be at the indoor practice facility after being moved from Prentup Field, the new home of the team. The Buffs are still looking for their first win of the season after taking on 3 ranked opponents on the road to start the year. After a poor offensive outing against Northwestern last time out, look for Madeline Pisani to get the ball rolling for the Buffs tonight.
While we get ready for the first outdoor games of the spring season, let's look at Leo Rivera for our first outdoor weather report.
What's up, Buff fans? I'm Leo Rivera IV here to give you this weekend's weather recap. Typically, it's been very cold here the last couple months in Boulder, but we finally got some sunshine coming into your weekend for what should be an exciting slate of games. Starting off first tonight, shortly after this, is going to be lacrosse action at 6 p.m. with a 62-degree.
Welcome back to Kittredge Field. If you haven't been tuning in, it has been a great game. The Buffaloes starting hot against the number 2 team in the nation. Then Northeastern tied it up. Buffaloes made it 9-7, and now after that third quarter, it is 9-9 as here comes Kulagowski down the middle, but he lost the ball. Kulagowski has been so good on face-off this game. Really the story of the game thus far, as he's been a vital part of Buffaloes hanging with the number 2 team. As that passes errant, it'll go to the Buffs. As here comes Jackson Thomas to start this fourth quarter. 15 minutes on the clock. Craig Nam now with the ball, waiting for his guys. Toss it to Weston Keller. Keller back to Thomas. They'll play catch. Keller will roll it to Craig Nam. Nam now with some speed up the right side. Got past his defender. Sheds another one. Held up below the net. Toss it back to Thomas. Thomas back to Keller. Keller looking for a lane. Puts a shot on. Save made by Bellamy. Bellamy has made some timely saves when asked for it. As here comes the Huskies back the other way. He'll toss it over to Bastian. Bastian throws it down below the net to Patty Judge. Judge all the way back up top for the Huskies now. Huskies have spent a lot of time in the Buffalo zone waiting for their moment, and they found it with 2 goals in the third quarter. Now here they come in the fourth. Christopher Wilk, he's got a few goals tonight. Cutting left, making a spin move. Trying to find some room, can't find it. He'll dish it down. Down towards the goal line there. Gets past the defender. Back up top. Shot over the net. And out of play. Huskies will stay with it. Below the net now, trying to shed his defender. Looking for a question mark. Instead, he's balled up by a couple of Buffaloes, and they called him.
The penalties have been plaguing the Buffs this second half. I mean, haven't seen a whole lot. I don't think we've seen any called on Northeastern, but the man up will once again go to the Huskies.
A slash on Blake Bateman. So a man up now. A few times the Buffaloes have had to deal with being a man down. They've done all right, but there's a big moment here. Patty Judge with the ball in the corner. Here we go. Huskies are a man up. Fourth quarter, 9-9. Below the net now, Judge. Throw up to Peterson. Peterson looking to maybe put a shot on. Instead, he opts to toss it to Wilk. Wilk throws it to Bastian. Down to Judge again. They'll circle it around. Back to Wilk. He puts a shot on. And a save made by Baker. Loose ball. Not quite sure what's going on. And a violation by the Huskies results in Buffalo's ball. In fact, it looks like it's going to be a man up for the Buffs. There's a slash called. So here's Alec Umatan for the Buffaloes down on that far sideline. Blown dead again. Not sure what we're doing here. And looks like the Huskies will come away with it. So the Buffs had it for a second, blown dead. Back to Northeastern ball. Bastian instructing his attacker to get some urgency, and that shot's off the post. Man. Clanging iron is Bastian. Northeastern moving quick. Another shot blocked in front. That's Trevor Kunkel making the block. Still with it are the Huskies. They're moving really fast right now. To the instructions of Bastian, he was telling his team to push it.
Go, Chris.
With the Huskies, or with the ball now, the Huskies. They'll hang around looking to get past his defender. Nothing there, blown dead. And a mooring call will go into the direction of the Buffaloes. So Buffaloes evade another offensive possession for the Huskies. And it's just a lot of tension right now. It's just been bend, don't break for the Buffaloes. That's been pretty much all they've been doing this half. They really need to score one here. Picked up by the Huskies, ground ball. Trevor Kunkel waving for it. That deep pass finds him. But no, they couldn't cross in time. Man, that's a tough error to commit if you're the Buffaloes.
You hate to see it.
So now the Huskies still with the ball. Buffaloes, man, just no time with the ball right now. We're not even talking about getting the ball in the net. We're talking about crossing midfield right now, as they failed to do so right there. Huskies, they'll start it up again. Here they come. Jack DeNebum down to Bastian. He'll back it up. Looking to get past his guy, going to the left side, trying to find something not there. He'll throw it back up top. Back down. Bastian to Judge. Judge looking for something. Maybe a question mark. Yes, wide of the net. Staying with the Huskies, as David Baker couldn't get there in time. So Peterson, Bradley Peterson, looking for someone, opted not to pass it to them. Instead, he'll push it in front. That ball wide of the net, picked up by Patty Judge below it. Shot, score! Winton Bastian got the feed from Patty Judge. And for the first time today, the Northeastern Huskies have the lead. 10-9, 10 minutes to go here in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, if you're the Buffs right now, I'd be getting nervous. They haven't been able to get a shot past.
It has been all Huskies. We can't say it enough. Mike Kulagowski, you'd love to see some momentum out of him. If he can win this one clean, maybe push things towards the Northeastern net. The draw, not one. And a holding call goes in the direction of the Huskies. So the Huskies get a break. No, they'll stop things. Refs will convene. Perhaps reverse that call. They do not. Northeastern with the ball again. Already up one. Looking to build on that lead. Buffs need to make a stop here. Here comes Winton Bastian. Holds up. Throws it to Wilk. Denenbeim now. In the corner, shuffling around. Tried to get around defender, but he lost the ball. Coming away with it are the Buffaloes. Trevor Kunkel. He'll toss it to Blake Bateman. Bateman coming up that launch stick. He'll throw it over. Connor Chesson. Another stoppage. And I believe that's a timeout called by the Colorado Buffaloes. So, 10-9. 9:16 to go in this game. The Huskies have scored 3 unanswered and the only 3 goals of the second half.
Yeah, if you're Colorado here, that's smart to call a timeout just inside 10 minutes because, I mean, you're only down by 1, but this is the number 2 team in the country, and your squad has not been able to get a shot past this Northeastern defense, who've really stepped up their game here in this second half. And, I mean, so far, I mean, both defenses have really stepped up since halftime, and then I mean going into the last 9 or so minutes. I mean you've got to stay in this game. You got to get at least 1 shot on net this half if you want any chance of staying in this. You can't rely on your defense, like I've been saying this entire broadcast.
Absolutely. So the Buffaloes will have the ball out of the timeout. This is a big moment here. They need this goal in the worst way. The Huskies taking an extended huddle. Now they break out of it. You can feel it. You got fans standing right now. This place is packed.
Oh, yeah. If you look down at the Buffs end of the field, I mean, that's like where the majority of the crowd is, and the Northeastern crowd is really crowded around this one set of bleachers.
So, with the ball, Nam, he'll toss it to Weston Keller. Thrown down below the net now. That's Roos. Roos back to Nam, back to Keller. Here comes Keller, looking to get around his defender. He'll dump it to Nam. Nam with a shot. Score! Man, that's big. Craig Nam with a rip. And this game is tied once again, 10-10.
What a beauty there. I mean, I should have seen that coming. I mean, Nam's been absolutely instrumental. He had that setup earlier. He's like one of the best stick handlers on this Buffs team. And I mean, we're tied back at 10 just inside 9 minutes. And first goal for Colorado here in this half. They're back in this game, Paxton.
Man, that's a big one. Craig Nam with a laser. So now on the face-off, instead of Kulagowski, it's going to be Daniel Schaffer taking the draw. And he wins it. Oh, for a second, ball hit the ground. But coming away with it is Kunkel. Trevor Kunkel. He'll slow things up. Fakes the pass to his teammate. And will roll down. Still with the ball now. Got past a couple defenders. And he'll toss it down to Ben Shirey. Shirey with the ball. He'll throw it over. Still with the ball hanging around. Looking to get their guys. They got him. Here we go. Buffs with another possession. Tossed down to Roos below the net. Roos threw it to Shirey. Up top now, rolling left. Nothing there. Back down to Roos below the net. Good catch. Shirey. Back over to Bateman. Or excuse me. I'm sorry, that's Uteman. And he shot. And he scores! Oh my goodness! 2 quick goals from the Buffaloes. 11-10, Colorado.
What a yet again. They just whip it right past Northeastern's defense. Holy cow! Just inside 8 minutes. Not even 60 seconds later. The Buffs are back into this game, and Northeastern fans are getting worried. They're right next to us.
To say the Buffs needed that is an understatement. 2 quick goals from the Buffs. Uteman and Nam. Man, that's big. They lead again. Man, what a game. What a game, Kieran.
Oh, this is absolutely incredible. I've been on my feet this entire night. It's like it's on the edge of my seat even though I'm not sitting down.
If we were sitting in seats, we would certainly be on the edge of them.
Oh, yeah. We'd probably break them at some point just by jumping. Face-off wins 20-1 in favor of Colorado, and that's courtesy of Mike Kulagowski. He's had the opportunity to get some, and that's really put the Buffs back on the board here.
The Buffaloes with the ball once again. Just all game, it has been just swings of momentum. Both teams. Buffaloes get their first couple goals of the half. As Craig Nam now with the ball again, he scored the tying goal. Down in the corner, shuffling around. Here it comes below the net. No shot there. Instead looking for a pass. Rolling around. Found Thomas for a second. Thomas will dump it to Keller. Keller looking for something. He'll throw it over to Sherbert. Sherbert lost it, picks it back up. Cy Sherbert. Trying to juke his defender. Instead, he'll dump it back to Weston Keller. Keller up top. Throws it down for Jackson Thomas. No, I'm sorry, that's Nam. Nam to Sherbert. Buffs running out of time. 8 seconds on the shot clock. Sherbert needs something. They got to find a path. They got to put it on. Shot! Over the net. It'll stay with the Buffaloes. But only 1 second there on that shot clock. So I imagine they'll just hand it over to Northeastern. Connor Ashman does just that, and here come the Huskies. 80 seconds on that shot clock again. Juking out, wow. Connor Ashman got sent to the ground. My goodness.
That did not look pretty.
Yeah, he'll get made fun of that a little bit by his teammates, but
made it back to his feet. That's great to see.
The Huskies now around midfield with the ball. Getting some guys. Here they come. It's Wilk. Wilk's been so good in this second half. Wilk held up and put a shot on, but instead went wide all the way into the corner and will bounce off a car. Haven't heard any glass shattering sounds, so.
I guess that's a good sign.
Here comes Peterson. Peterson to the left of the net, down by that goal line. Shot, score! Bradley Peterson ties this game back up. The Huskies needed a timely goal, and they got it from their star. 11-11 in this thriller of a ball game. 5:41 to go.
This is... I'm getting nervous here. If you're on that, I can feel the tension on that Buffs bench. But we've got another face-off coming here at midfield. It's a chance here for Buffs to come back on top.
You can tell both these teams want it so bad. Kulagowski winning the draw with PJ Wu. Toss over to Beckler. Beckler hanging with it, trying to get it through a couple defenders. He does. He gets free. Here he comes with some room up the middle. He'll put a shot on. Save made. Wow. Good save by Bellamy as the defender was coming up hot. Now it's Bastian. Bastian's got a little bit of room. Met by a Buffs defender. He'll slow things up, wait for his guys. As the clock hits 5 minutes to go here in Boulder. 11-11 between the Buffaloes and the number 2 ranked Northeastern Huskies. Here come the Huskies entering the zone with some speed. Shot, save made. And picked up by David Baker. Big save there. He'll head down below his net. Make Peterson flee. And the Buffaloes starting things back up again. It's Bateman. Bateman, that pass a little high. Ground ball is picked up by the Huskies. They get possession again. Here comes Wilk. Wilk, the big body. Slash it a little bit, he gets away. Chris O'Connell. Tosses down to Bastian now in. Bastian down to the left side. Down by the goal line. He'll throw it to Patty Judge. Judge back to Wilk. Down up top. Rolling right. Thrown back down to Judge. Judge looking for someone. And that pass is low. A race for the ball. Won by the Huskies. Got past the defender. Here he comes. Pass across the field. Shot. Score! Huskies take the lead. It's Chris O'Connell scoring the goal. The tie-breaking goal, that is, for the Huskies. We're getting low on time, 3:35.
Let's go, let's keep it up.
So here comes another face-off. And this is a chance for CU's offense to really capitalize and get back in this game. You want that comfortable lead, and you want to make sure that you maintain control of that ball in the offensive zone as we round the final 3.5 minutes.
Coming away with the ball. Kulagowski, you expect nothing less. Here he comes, but he lost the ball. Great play there. Ball on the ground again. Picked up by the Huskies. They got some numbers. Instead, they'll bring it back. Let those precious seconds bleed off the clock. They're up 1 goal here. 3 minutes to go. Down below the net. He'll roll it. to his fellow attackman. Under 3 minutes to go. Staring down his defender. Here he comes. Held up at the goal line. Rolling around, trying to find someone. Nothing there. Bothered a lot by the defenders. Ball on the ground, picked up by the Buffs. Here they come. They need it up the right side. Getting around a couple defenders. He'll dish it down to Roos. Timeout, Buffaloes. 2:28 to go. Timeout called by CU. 12-11, Northeastern.
Yeah, your time is winding down quick. That was smart there. You need to make sure all your guys are on the same page. Obviously, you want to make sure that they know how to execute this final play. Its final few plays here is inside 2.5 to go, and I mean you're down by 1. So as the sun has set behind the neighborhood here in Kittredge on the south end of the CU Boulder campus, it's getting a little chilly out here for sure.
Been a beautiful day all day. And now it's the time to dig in. We got 2.5 minutes to go. Northeastern 12, Colorado 11. Buffaloes will have the ball coming out of this timeout. Big, big moment here. Biggest of the game. That'll do it for the timeout. Big moment. Gut check here for both these teams. And for us here in the broadcast booth. I mean, this has been an unbelievable game.
Oh, this has been quite a change, quite the contrast from this morning. I mean, with that women's game that just got blown out by Utah, who is top of the conference right now. It was a 7-18 defeat.
So, Weston Keller. He'll throw it to Craig Nam. Nam. Over to Sherbert. Sherbert to Jackson Thomas. Back to Sherbert. Back up top to Nam. Looking for their moment. Here we go. They'll fake it to Keller. Over. Shot. Roos blocked. And Connor Ashman is there to keep the ball in the Buffaloes' possession. He'll head below the net now, rolling down in front of it. Up to Craig Nam. Nam with some steam to the left. Lost the ball. It's at his feet, picked up by Northeastern. A crucial mistake. Craig Nam, oh no. Now Northeastern with the ball. Bodied up. Here they come down the right side. Timeout Northeastern. Man, the Buffaloes had possession. And Craig Nam just lost the ball while he was cradling it, fell at his feet. It was picked up by Northeastern. Just a brutal, brutal way. Still a minute 30 left to go.
Yeah, Northeastern, they just want to maintain control of this ball. I mean, in their zone preferably, and try to get another point on the board as around the final minute and a half to defend their number 2 slot in the country.
So Northeastern will have the ball there by the Colorado net. They'll look to just hold on to it. It'll be up to CU to find a way to get it out of their hands and get something going the other way.
Buffs huddle is broken. Northeastern taking their sweet time.
It's interesting. Every Northeastern timeout has gone for longer than CU's.
Yeah, it's a recurring theme here today, for sure.
So now, here we go. the Buffaloes, maybe a little dejected, but they have to keep their head up here and find a way to get that ball out of the hands of Northeastern. It'll be Bastian, Wyndham Bastian. He scored the tie-breaking goal for the Huskies. Clock starts, less than a minute and a half. Down in the corner. In no hurry are the Huskies. That pass is high, they lost the ball. Picked up by the Buffaloes. Here they come. They got the hands out of the Huskies with plenty of time. 1 minute to go. Up the right side now, losing the ball. Picked up by the Buffs. Down below the net, shot high of the net. The rest will talk about it. Big call here. It'll stay with the Buffs. Might have been in the crease, in which case it would have gone towards the Huskies. But they decide it stays here. 56.9 seconds to go in this one-goal game. It's Jackson Thomas. He'll toss it to Craig Nam. Who's going to be the hero for the Buffaloes? Craig Nam looking for someone. Still with the ball, 43 seconds. Below the net now, shot, wide. And there's no Buffaloes there. It'll be Huskies ball. 39.1 seconds to go. That shot from Nam was wide of the net. Shot clock is off.
What are we doing?
That pass, it was at the feet of the Northeastern player, but I don't think Weston Keller knew it. And now with 23 seconds to go, Northeastern with the ball. If they're smart, they just run around with it. 14 seconds, 13 seconds, Northeastern still with it. Buffaloes have to get it out. But Northeastern's going to call a timeout. 9.8 seconds to go. Buffalo's running out of time here.
This is the most tension I've felt in a long time, Paxton. This is you got 10 seconds. And I mean, if you're Colorado, you're down by 1. There's really not a whole lot you can do here. But call timeout to instill hope.
So the team will talk about it. Buffs talking over what they can do here with 10 seconds to get the ball away from Northeastern, drive down the field, find a way to hit some twine here to tie this game up. Not sure if it can be done, but they got to find a way. Northeastern's loving it. A couple players embracing on the sideline. They still have 10 seconds to finish this thing out. So here we go. 9.8 on the clock. Buffs 11, Huskies 12. The number 2 team in the country on the ropes. They look to hold on. It'll be Wilk. Wilk with the ball for the Huskies. He'll do all he can to run the ball out. It went on the ground. Buffs have it. They got to go. Here we go. 5, 4. That pass is to no one, and that is going to do it. Thrown into the air by Bellamy, the Northeastern goalie, and the Buffs cannot pull off the upset. Huskies win. 12-11 the final score. The Buffaloes took them all the way to the final tenths of a second. But man, just couldn't find those timely goals when they needed it in the second half.
Yeah, they came out really strong in that first half, and I mean, they almost beat the number 2 team in the country, and that is certainly something to be proud of. It wasn't the result that they wanted, but either way, you're walking away from this weekend satisfied with the work you did here today.
So the Buffaloes, they dropped this one. It was a great game. Really, I mean, the best one I've called here at SBS.
As we welcome you inside the broadcast booth here at our little table. It's the scoreboard's off now, but it's been a huge day here in Boulder. Obviously, not the end result that we wanted, but still an impressive performance, to say the least.
Yeah, I mean, so earlier in the day this morning, women's team shellacked by Utah, and this time the Buffaloes go down to the very last moment with Northeastern. A really, really tough game to drop, but at the same time, I mean, you know, nothing but praise for the Buffaloes for hanging tough. They almost did it again. They almost beat a top 5 team on their home opener again, but no luck this time.
Yeah.
Really an incredible game, though.
This has been an incredible game to call, and to the folks at home, we thank you so much for joining us on this fine March 1st here in Boulder. It's been a long day, but it's certainly been one that we've enjoyed, and it's been an absolute honor calling this home opener for you all on this fine Saturday.
So that'll do it for us here on Kittredge Field. Huskies win it here in Boulder. I'm Paxton Haynes with Kieran Werger. Thank you for watching Skull Buff Sports. Good night.